I've just returned from the recent annual European Dermatology Congress. It was held in Paris this year, and like Hepburn said, Paris is never a bad idea. The Congress itself was full of great ideas. We'll be sharing some of the outcomes from the Congress with you, and the first topic we'll cover today is skin and aging. The other topics to come in subsequent videos will include pigmentation, rosacea, as well as acne. Aging is influenced by both intrinsic as well as extrinsic factors. Our intrinsic factors include our genetic makeup, or the things we inherit in terms of how our skin cells will fare with time. Extrinsic factors include things like sunlight exposure, with exposure to ultraviolet light, infrared, as well as visible light. Further, things like air pollutants and smoking or smoke pollution also play a role. And we're coming to understand that sleep patterns as well as stress play a large role in terms of how our skin cells fare. I think what's so exciting about skin and the aging process is the preventative way in which we can now approach it. In our lovely country, South Africa, we have a lot of UV exposure, and with that, what we must be mindful of is that every day really is a sunscreen day. Choose a sunscreen you love, be it a chemical filter or a physical filter. Remember to reapply frequently. Your sunscreen should be broad spectrum, covering UVA and UVB, as well as infrared and visible light. Sunscreens I love include Nuka, especially their gel oil free and their 360 range, and then Neostrata Physical Sheer, which I'm a fan of myself. Thanks to our health campaigns and our sun awareness programs, I think most people are comfortable with using a sunscreen and the reasons why they should be doing so. A question I often get asked though is, why should I include an antioxidant in my skincare routine? Remember, a sunscreen will go so far in terms of protecting you from UV exposure, from infrared and from visible light. But further to that, you do need protection from other environmental pollutants, air pollution, smoke and other toxins. And that's really where your antioxidant comes into play. My antioxidant of choice comes from SkinCeuticals, and I really love their Floritin. The reason for that is the preparation leaves you with a nice matte finish. Further to that, the active ingredients are Floritin, and Floritin is excellent for pigment regulation as well as its antimicrobial properties. It has a good power-packed combination of vitamin C, which regulates pigment production again, which increases collagen synthesis, and vitamin E, which prevents lipid peroxidation. For your evening regime, there are two ingredients you should be familiar with. The one is a retinoid, and the second is resveratrol. I think if there's a magic wand in dermatology, your retinoid is the ingredient you're looking for. And the reason is it has so many benefits for the skin. One, at the uppermost layer of the skin, it increases skin cell turnover, so it decreases a lackluster appearance or grayness in the skin. Two, it increases collagen production in the skin, and with time you'll find collagen production decreases, and this contributes to a decrease in volume in the skin and hydration in the skin. So retinoid is important to improve on this. And then lastly, the retinoid will increase or improve on melanin production in the skin and regulate your pigment production in the skin to give you an even skin tone and texture. Lastly, we talked at the beginning of this vlog about intrinsic skin cell aging, and what that means really is our skin cells are programmed to last a certain period of time. We're finally at the threshold in terms of skincare and using ingredients that can increase or improve on this threshold or time period in terms of longevity of skin cells. And I think an important ingredient to look out for in this regard is resveratrol from SkinCeuticals. Finally, I think a holistic approach in terms of skincare is always important. There are things we can do for you as a practice, there are things you can do for yourself in terms of your skincare routine at home. But there have been a lot of studies with findings that correlate poor sleep patterns as well as stress with an accelerated aging process. So I think an important thing for all of us is to seek out a little bit of balance in our lives and find a few things that make us happier.